theme, I believe, if I remember correctly, is, oh God, bless me and enlarge my territory. Which immediately I got a different perspective of it. I don't know how you mentored assistant pastor, but I know how God gave it to you. Amen. But I want to give you a thought on this evening. Don't break down before you break through. Come on. Don't break down before you break through. And I'm going to let you know right now off jump, I haven't come to talk to everybody on this evening. I haven't come with a word for everybody, but I come to talk to some Jabez's on tonight. Right. I come to talk to some people that are in a strange place in your life. I come to talk to some people where you feel the promise of the purpose that God has placed on your life. But you're in the midst of the greatest hell and the havoc that you have ever experienced in your life before. And you feel like there is a contradiction between what God is taking you to and what you are going through right now. And that's why I only need to talk to some Jabez's right now. Because the scripture allows us to understand in verse number 9 that his mother named him Jabez because she gave birth to him in pain. Yeah. But I have to admit that I looked at his name from the wrong perspective, Minister Meriwether. I looked at it from the wrong point, and I'm going to get to the latter end of it, but I looked at it that she attached the stigma to this man. That she put something on him, put labels on him to let him know that you were born full of pain. You were born full of grief. You were born full of sorrow. But I'm going to paint a different picture for you tonight. I have found that actually the prayer of Jabez that we have found it to be is actually, in my opinion, written backwards. Because the scripture comes out of nowhere and gives him no introduction. It is given the lineage of all these different individuals, and it says, and Jabez was more honorable than his brother. We don't even understand who Jabez is at this point. So much so that scholars don't even understand who his father is. They don't even understand who his mother is because the scripture just goes straight into, and Jabez was more honorable. Come on. But who are his brothers? Where did this man come from? You give us the straight introduction that he was greater than everybody around him. And then it talks about, in one translation it says, but his mother bore him in pain. The terminology but in the English language begins to cancel out everything that came before it. It puts emphasis on what comes behind it. So in the sense of the way that it's translated, says this man was greater than everybody around him, but the pain that he was birthed in supersedes everything that he is right now. All right. And then it will give you the mindset that because of this, Jabez prays and asked God that I would that you would bless me. Indeed. The terminology, indeed, I get some help from my friends when I study Evangelist Miriam and Elder Webster. When I need to understand what words mean. Y'all know what y'all got me right? Evangelist, prophetess Miriam and Apostle Webster, they helped me out a little bit. So I needed to understand what this word indeed meant. Because I really believe for you to understand the magnitude of scripture, you got to understand what is really being said at the particular time. When Jabez says, I need for you to bless me, indeed, that terminology indeed means by any means necessary. It also means wherever it takes. So I want you to bring me out of what I'm going through, and I don't care what it takes. I don't even care who you take. Y'all ain't ready for that. I don't care who I got to give up, who I got to lose, what I got to let go of, the hell that I got to go through, whether it be mama, daddy, sister, brother, spouse, whatever. I don't even care about losing me right now. I want you to bless me so bad that whatever it takes for me to get what it is that you have for me, I I want you to do it because the hell that I'm going through is so bad that I'm willing to risk everything to get what I need from you. I learned, Pastor, recently, you have to be careful asking God to bless you. I'm reminded of the story when Jesus wants to bless the 5,000. He wants to feed them. He says, what you got? He said, we ain't got enough to feed all these folks. He said, run me what you got. Bring it to me. Let me see what you got. First thing he does is he blesses it. Then what does he do? He breaks it. I have found that oftentimes when God blesses you, it's preceded and followed after with the breaking process. And this is what I found, that I asked myself, God, why in the world would you bless me? That's right. And then turn around and break me? Can I be transparent with you? Why would you allow me to move into a new house, then allow everything around me to fall apart afterwards? And God says you got this thing all twisted. You're looking at it backwards. You're trying to figure out why I broke you after I blessed you, but you don't realize that I blessed you so that I can break you. And you got to be careful when you ask God to bless you with something, because blessings are the setup for you to be broken, for you to be, oh my God. I need you to give me what you got. I know it ain't enough. I know that you feel like you're lacking. I know that everybody don't show up every week. I know everybody ain't faithful. I know everybody ain't committed. But give me what you got so I can bless it and break it and give it, and so I can expand. I got to bless you first. Because if I can bless you before I break you, we'll kill you. If I didn't bless you first, it would destroy your life and you'd be running around here riddling the Prozac. You'd be running around here a zombie. Jesus says, boy, Satan desires to have you. And to tear your life apart. But I pray for you. That your faith don't fail through the process. That you don't remember, that you don't forget to remember, I am he that is and was and always will be. That I'm the first and the last, I'm the resurrection, that you don't need a way because I am the way. This is where he blesses him before he allows him to be broken. So Jabez asked God, I want you to bless me indeed. Bless me no matter what it takes. No matter who it takes. No matter what I get. He was asking God to break him. Regardless of what he had to go through. Well, the scripture says, oh my God, and enlarge my coast. We understand through translation that this means territory. But what it better defines that for me, for the purposes on this evening, is the word borders. That's good. Oh my God. The terminology borders comes from another word, and it deals with another words of limitations. So he actually asked God to enlarge my limitations. Not enlarge my territory. But I want you to enlarge my limitations. Now, I got to help you out. Merriam-Webster, I had to get with him again. I said, I need to understand this word enlarge. There is a word in the English language that they consider to be obsolete. We don't use it no more. We don't use the definition for enlarge anymore, but it's still relevant, I believe, for the scripture. The word that is considered to be obsolete that nobody really uses anymore for the terminology enlarge means to set free. Come on. Oh my God. Oh my God. So what it literally means is I need you to set free my limitations. Come on. I need you to take off my limitations. Can I speak to you a minute, Mount Calvary? What God wants me to allow you to understand on this evening is you've been I know y'all got dogs. Got dogs, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has boundaries that they put on their dog.
That's good.
This is where, as far as you can go.
Yeah.
He sees it,
Yeah.
or she sees it, but they can't go no further.
Yeah.
Now I ask you this, because I need y'all to get this.
Come on, preacher. Come on.
Does the edge of where they come through limit them?
Come on.
Or is it what's attached to them
Yeah.
that's stopping them from going any further?
That's good.
Oh, because I hope this really blesses you. I really hope it blesses you.
Come on.
Because when you look at the terminology borders and coast in the Greek, in the Hebrew language, what it means is a rope or a cord. Oh my God. So what Jabez was asking God to deal with was not what's in front of me, but what is behind me.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that's stopping me from getting where I'm trying to get to is this mess that I got attached to me that is stopping me from getting to the place that I see in my life. I'm on the brink of breakthrough, but I got dead relationships that have attached themselves to me. I got some dead mindsets that have attached themselves to me. I got some dead zip codes that have attached themselves to me. So I need you to take the limits off of me. I want to walk in purpose, but I got too many limitations on me right now. My family won't let go of everything I used to be. All the mistakes I used to make. They have put limits on me. Where I live at has placed limits on me. The ministry has placed limits on me. Tradition has placed limits on me. I want to be great, but I got to get these limits up off of me. So I want you to set me free of that, no matter what it takes.
Yeah.
I might lose some members, but set me free.
Yes, sir.
I might lose family and friends. They might delete me off of Facebook, but set me free. They might quit speaking to me in the grocery store, but I can't have these limits no more.
That's right.
Some of us need to go home and call some folks.
Come on.
Say this friendship has limited me for too long.
Yeah.
And in order for us, a lot of times, to remove the limitations and enlarge and expand our territory and our borders, we got to clean house and get rid of some folks. Some of us need to make them hard phone calls and tell folks, I can no longer be limited anymore to that old mindset that you got. You still want a club, you still want a party, and I'm trying to walk in the anointing of God, and I can't do that and you at the same time.
That's good.
So it gets a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
My God, help us, Holy Ghost. That he asked God, I need for you to put me in a place, keep me from evil,
Yeah.
and don't let it grieve me.
Yeah.
He didn't tell him to take it away,
That's good. That's good.
because it's going to be here.
Yeah.
But don't let it grieve me.
Don't let it go.
Uh-huh.
I feel like this is going to bless you. Don't know why. The scholars will tell you that when he uses the word grieve here, it is a play off of his name. It has the same definition.
Good.
So what he is saying is, God, I know the hell I got to go through,
Yeah.
but don't let it overtake me and who I am.
Yeah.
I know grief is attached to my... Listen, I need you to understand this. If grief and pain was his name, your name is how we identify.
Come on.
That means pain was his identity. Every time somebody called his name, they was identifying him with pain, with grief, and with sorrow. So when he says grief here in verse number 10, it is a play on his name, that even though this has always been my identity, don't let it become me. There are some things that people have called you your entire life.
Come on.
They have attached themselves to your identity. But you, in this next season of your life, of your ministry, of your call, better not allow the identity that other people have put on you to become you. You need to tell yourself every day in the mirror, don't let your identity become me.
Come on.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, look at what his mother says. I named you pain because of what I went through to birth you.
Yeah.
The identity that she put on him
Yeah.
wasn't even his identity to begin with.
Come on.
People will name you and put labels on you
Yeah. Yeah.
based off of what they're going through.
Come on. Come on. That's good.
That's a whole nother message. That's a whole nother situation. Because of the hell that you go through, you want to blame me and put that off on me, baby. That ain't my problem. That ain't my fault. What you're going through and you in your feelings ain't got nothing to do with me. I still am who I am.
Yeah. Oh my.
But, like I said in the beginning, what time is it now? I'm almost done. I'm starting to get old, man.
Yes, sir.
I believe that the story of Jabez is in reverse. I believe in the beginning when they say his introduction that he was more honorable than everybody around him, that was actually the end of his story. So I believe that it begins at verse 10, that Jabez called on the God of Israel because he was looking at his life and he said, God, I need you. I need you to help me because I'm going through some hell in my life right now. I need you to bless me. I need you. People around me have placed limitations on me. Sometimes I have placed limitations on myself, God, but I need you to help me and set me free of those limitations, not only that people have placed on me, but that I have placed on myself. Because sometimes we allow ourselves to sit in the same seat, on the same row, doing the same thing for 25, 35, 45 years, and we've never grown from the place because this is the way that I've always done it. So we place limitations on ourselves. But Jabez says, I don't want that. Don't let me be consumed by what they call me. Pastor, don't let them be consumed. Don't be consumed by what they call you. Because I just feel that on you. People will call you some names. They will call some rumors on you. They will lie on you. Sometimes they'll tell the truth on you. But do not allow yourself to be consumed by what they place on your life.
Yes, sir.
But then it says, reading it backwards, right? Because his mother named him Jabez, for she birthed him in pain. What I found after I set my mind that for whatever reason this woman put her issues off on her son, like we do a lot of times, we put our issues off on our kids. And I don't want you to see your daddy because of what your daddy put me through. And I don't want you to be friends with nobody because I ain't never had no friends in my life. And I don't want you to be nothing because I ain't never had nothing. And the minute they try to move out of the old zip code, you say, who you think you are? You're better than everybody else now. That nobody else go to college. Why you say, forget all of that. I was trying to think. I thought this woman had lost her everlasting mind. But then God showed me. She didn't give him this name for him to remember. She gave him this name as a reminder. Because the scripture says that she bore him, which means she birthed him out of pain.
Yeah.
Meaning that she was in grief when she went into labor. She was in probably the hardest situation of her life. She said, I was crying and I gave while I was giving birth to this boy. I was in pain while I was giving birth. But you got to understand, according to the Hebrew language, the word birth means to break through or to give forth something. So what she was trying to do with Jabez is to remind him, no matter what was going on in my life, you still came forth. I came to tell some Jabez's in here tonight. You better not break down before you break through. I
Yes.
You might have to cry
Come on.
while you're building,
Yeah.
but you're going to still break through.
Break through. Yes.
You're going to feel like giving up. You're going to feel like letting go.
Come on.
But do not break down before you break through.
Yes, sir.
I've heard a preacher say it like this before. The brink of breakthrough
Yeah.
oftentimes looks a lot like
Come on.
the brink of breakdown.
Come on. That's good.
To the point that sometimes I believe in myself that they happen simultaneously. I believe that God burns bridges for us to eliminate our way out.
Come on.
Because if it was up to us,
Right.
we'll turn around and run back.
Yeah.
Why does the scripture say that he took Israel the way that he did?
Come on.
Because he said if you see the war
That's
that was waiting on you, you would turn around and go back to bondage.
Come on.
If some of you knew the hell that was waiting for you on this side, you would turn around and go back. So God says, I have to eliminate your way out.
Come on. That's good. That's good.
And so I believe
That's good, preacher.
that the end result,
Yeah.
after he remembers, my mama was going through,
Yeah.
and I still came out.
Still came out. That's
You
good.
talked about me,
Yeah.
but I'm still standing.
Yeah. Come on.
Lost some friends,
Come on.
but I'm still here.
That's right.
I took some bruises.
Yeah.
I posted something on Facebook that was actually a memory from last year. It's kind of ironic that just because something got cracks on it,
Yeah.
don't mean that it's broken.
That's good.
It just means that it was put to the test and didn't break. So some of you need to understand the cracks in your character
Come on.
is only proof that your character was put to the test. It didn't break. It don't mean you're flawless. It just means you weren't willing to give up. The fact that you got 3 years in means that you weren't willing to let go. You could have gave up at month number 3. I feel that in my spirit. But God said the cracks didn't destroy you.
Yeah. Preacher.
That's good. Yes, Lord. That's good.
We give up too many times.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And we're getting ready to break through to the other side. I had a series of things that happened over the past week. First, the house that we were in that we didn't want anymore. We were willing to accept that we were going to have to stay in this house that we couldn't stand another year at least. Went to sign our lease, and the house that we just moved into was on the border. It's literally around the corner from where we live at now, but the neighborhood is completely different.
Come on.
But I had to be able to expand beyond my limitations. It was literally right by where I was already at. Then I went through the experience that I went to renew my license.
Yeah.
That is also your identity. I'm not going to
Come on.
But they had me suspended from a state that I haven't lived in for 8 years.
Come on. Come on.
The next state up across the border.
Yeah.
Y'all hearing me? So I had to deal with something from my past
Yeah.
in order to move forward.
That's right. That's
Because my old identity
Yeah.
has expired.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
And God says in order to deal
Come on.
properly with your expired identity,
Yeah.
you got to handle some stuff. Remember what I said to you earlier? What's keeping me from moving forward ain't what's in front of me,
Yes, sir.
but it's what I'm attached to.
Yes, sir.
So I got to go 8 years back. What does the number 8 mean? That means new beginning. I got to go in order to have my new beginning and cut off some stuff that I already thought I came out of
Come
already.
on. Come on.
Because I thought I had already dealt with this.
Yeah.
I had already surrendered that old identity.
Yeah.
But sometimes, even though you surrendered your old identity, you got to go back and deal with some stuff that you already thought you handled before. That's a whole nother message for a whole nother day. And so then today, I had to have a vehicle towed. Got to the shop, and they didn't have any room for me. I needed God to expand
That's right.
my limitations. The tow truck driver said, I know a shop. It said, follow me. It was literally right across the street.
Wow.
Y'all not hearing me. Sometimes God has to bring you to the place that's not for you
Come on. That's good.
in order to show you that if you just step over this, you will end up in the place. Because when I went to drop off my vehicle, and then I have no more money for the toll to go back, I started to break down.
Come on.
But instead of breaking down, God said, don't break down yet. Because I got something I want to show you. I need you just to cross over to the other side. And if you will cross over to the other side, tears and all, I'm going to bless you. But I need you to make the leap. I need you to step over. I know the relationship fell apart, but step over into what God is getting ready to do for you. Don't break down. Just break through. What you know I got to ask? And I'm done. What you got to lose anyway? I'm either going to die where I am, or I'm going to die trying to get there.
Come on.
50 Cent said it like this. I'm going to get rich or die trying. I'm going to be blessed or I'm going to die trying. I'm going to come out of this mess. I'm going to die trying because I can't die here. If I'm going to die anyway, I'm going to die stepping over out of my limitations, out of what you think about me, out of what mama said, daddy said, what everybody with society said, even out of what I say about myself. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired of being limited. I'm tired of being bound by these limitations. I gotta get free of this hell. I got to get free of this habit by any means necessary. And it says, that he was more blessed, more honorable than anybody around him. Why? It never gives us a reason.
Come on.
Can I take some reserves and say how I feel? I believe he was more honorable because he had to go through more
Yes, sir.
than what they had to go through. And not only did he have to go through more, but he had to come through more. We need to change and shift our mindset from saying, don't you know everything that I've gone through? Don't you know everything that I've been through? To saying, don't you know everything that I've come through?
That's good.
Don't you know that they hit me with everything that they had to hit me with? And I still survived?
That's good.
I'm still a more than conqueror?
Yeah.
Which I got to say that I'm done. I'm sorry. What time? I'm trying to stop. We misquote the scripture. Because I actually hate the terminology in church that I'm a survivor. Because survivors are clinging on to death still.
Ooh, that's good.
Scripture never tells us to be a survivor.
Come on.
Paul deals with us about being conquerors.
That's good.
That means I defeat everything I go through. But we misquote the scripture.
All right.
We say that we are more than a conqueror.
Right.
That's what we say, right?
Yeah.
So, in essence, when we say that we are more than a conqueror, we're trying to figure out what a conqueror is so we can be more than that. That's not what the scripture says.
Break it down.
The scripture says, for we are more than conquerors.
Come on.
There's no A in there. We are more than. So for my English majors, the terminology more than now becomes an adjective to describe what type of conqueror we are.
Come on.
So not only am I a conqueror, but I'm more than what I've had to conquer. So not only did I conquer the divorce, but I'm more than the divorce. Not only was I Jabez, the one that had to come through pain and sorrow, but I'm more than the pain and sorrow that I had to come through. Quit settling for being, I know Beyonce told y'all to be a survivor. I'm not going to give up. But God is tired of us being survivors. We're not survivors. You can lose a fight and survive it. They can beat the brakes off of you. And you survive the fight. Typically, when people say you survived something, that means, boy, you almost dead. But somehow you made it out alive. But when you are a conqueror, you go through with the mindset, I'm going to defeat this. And not only am I a conqueror, but you got to say, I'm more than a conqueror. It's the type of conqueror I am. Not only can I come out of what I went through, but I'm like the 3 Hebrew boys. I don't even smell like the smoke from the fire. You better get off of me. I'll overcome this and I'll overcome you. I'll overcome the hell that I had to come through and overcome the lies that you would tell about me because of what I had to come through. This is my season. Your crying season is over with. Your season of sorrow is over with. Don't break down. Break through. The same energy that you're going to take to have a pity party, muster it up and just go ahead and keep on pushing. The enemy is not going to quit fighting you just because you give up. Because he is not stopping until you are dead. And so wherever breath you have in your body, why do you think the scripture says that the kingdom suffered violence? And the violent take it by force. That means that you are going to go through hell. But the same, I'm trying to stop. Newton's theory of relativity declares that for every action, there's an equal but opposite reaction. So the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, but the violent take it by force. That means with whatever intensity that you are pushed against, to not fall over, you have to be pushed back with the same intensity, which means that the only reason this pole won't fall over is because in essence it is pushing back against me with an equal amount of force. So when hell hits you with everything that it got, you need to respond by hitting it with everything that you got. If you want to stand, having done all to stand, stand. And that's another, having done, past tense. That means you were supposed to be prepared by the time you got here. Having done all to stand. Don't get in the battle trying to do everything to stand. You should have been praying and fasting before you get out there. So he was more honorable than everybody that was around him. But he had to pray the limits off of his life. In this next season, church, I need you to hear me. You took me out there. I see it's endless out there. Don't become a church without walls. Become a church without limits. You can go outside the walls and still have limits. You can go out of tradition and still have limits. You can step out of the norm and still have limits. So don't become a church without walls. Be a church that knows no limits. Because when you put limits on yourself, you put limits on the God that lives in you. I found that out from somebody that suffered with low self-esteem. God asked me, how can you believe in me if you don't believe in yourself? If greater is he that is in you, if you don't believe in yourself, then how can you really believe in me? So you need to, in this next season, somebody needs to hear me and hear me well. You need to take not only the limits off that other people have placed on your life, but you need to take the limits off of what you placed on your own life.
Yeah.
You are better than being just a baby mama,
Yeah.
than a side piece, than a booty call. Can I be me?
Come on.
You are better than being a baby daddy.
Come on.
You are better than just being a high school graduate. I'm about to go back to college for the first time in 20 years. You are better than the limitations that you have placed on yourself.
That's right. That's right.
I refuse to be restricted by what folks think about me. I don't have a big church, but I don't let that limit me. My reach can still be big. I can still reach the homeless. I can still reach the streets. If Jesus can take the world with 12, just give me 6 faithful folks.
Come on, 6
And we'll take the east side. If it's just me and you, because I'm right around the corner, we'll take this whole neighborhood. Just me and you. We don't need a whole lot of people. Jesus turned the world upside down with 12 folks. And when he finally got a little bit of growth, and folks walked out on him, what did he do? He looked at the core and said, "You gonna leave too? Before the I turn, you gonna leave me like all the other sons? You gonna leave too?" It don't matter who come, who go. We ain't gonna know no limitations this year. You leave, deuces, bye, love you, cut you off, pray for you, might even fast for you. But I catch you on the flip side.
Come on.
Because I ain't got the limitation. I do not have the capacity to cry over nobody no more. I don't have the headspace to deal with, I think I said this in 19, to deal with doubters on the level that I'm on.
That's good.
I don't have any room for people that don't trust God on this level. Doubt will get you killed when you reach a certain level. When Peter is walking on water, doubt will kill you. But don't get it twisted, even though he started to sink. The very next verse said, and when they came back into the ship, that means he walked on water to get back in there. Let's not get it twisted. I don't care how far you fall, if you're going to get back up and you're going to trust God again. Don't break down. It's time for you to break through.